Hello, welcome back. Once again, this is Teacher Jesse at ang i-discuss ko sa inyo ngayon ay ang Singaporean approach kay solving non-routine problems using block models. Kay Singaporean approach ang tawag dito sa mga block models na to kasi popularly known ito dahil sa bansang Singapore na one of the top performing countries when it comes to international math and science trends, mga examinations and achievement test. So, kilala sila kaya ito yung gagamitin nating term block models or Singaporean approach. Focus tayo sa mga non-routine problems kasi yung mga non-routine problems, yun yung kadalasang nahihirapan ng ating nahihirapan yung karamihan kasi non-routine nga, walang mga known formulas na kaagad na i-apply. Okay, so paano ba to gagamitin? Start tayo sa problem analysis. We have this problem. How many persons can be seated at 4 square tables placed end-to-end if 4 persons can be seated at a table? So, i-analyze natin ang problem. Isang square table daw, 4 ang pwedeng umupo. So, paano yan? Using a diagram, a picture, sketch na tinuro ko sa nakaraang video ko, pwede nyo i-check ang nasa videos. We have a strategy called drawing a picture or diagram or sketch. Parang ganito yung itsura niya. Tapos, placed end-to-end. So, 4 na square tables. So, kung 4 yan, hindi ibig sabihin 4 times 2 kaagad. Kasi wala nang upo dito sa dalawang to kasi end-to-end kasi ang pagkakalagay. So, magiging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we have 6. Next is, pag 3 tables, we have 8. And then, pag 4 na tables, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 persons na pwedeng umupo. Okay? So, this is yung pag-apply natin dito, we are unaware na ang ginamit nating drawing a picture, diagram, or sketch ay isa na ring Singaporean approach or block modeling ang tawag nito. Okay? So, using the block modeling, mas mapapadali yung pag-analyze natin ng problem at pag-solve eventually. Okay, continue tayo. The same question, revised question, pero related nung kanina. 1 square table can seat 4 persons. 2 tables placed end-to-end can seat 6, while 3 tables can seat 8. Now, the question is, how many persons can be seated at 10 square tables placed end-to-end? So, this time, kung magdo-drawing ka, pwede pa rin. So, at least ma-analyze mo na ganun ang process. Kaya lang, mayroong limitation kasi napakalayo pa kung mag-drawing ka ng 10 tables. How about 100 tables ang question or 50 tables? Kasi nga, sinasabi in math, kumbaga sa mathematics daw, you can buy 100 watermelons and no one ask you why. Okay, so kumbaga walang imposibility dito sa question sa math. So, ang gagawin natin, hahanap tayo ng isa pang paraan na related dun sa block modeling. Okay, so combination, kumbaga ang punto ko dito na gustong iparating is you can find many ways, combinations of ways or strategies para ma-solve yung isang problem. So, for example, this one, using a pattern, this time, ang gagamitin natin. So, meron tayong pattern, kapag isa daw, 4 ang capacity, 2, 6, tapos 3, 8. So, parang 4, 6, 8, 10, hanggang 10 tables. Kung titingnan mo rin ang isa pang pattern, parang meron din tayong 1 times 2 plus 2. So, 1 times 2 is 2 plus 2. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 2 is 6. And then 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. So, parang 10 times 2 equals 20 plus 2 is equal to 22. Parang ganun yung style natin. Okay? Or marami pa mga patterns na pwede mong mahanap dyan. So, what I'm trying to say is, in Singaporean approach, you have to be creative kung ano yung gagamitin natin na strategy or approach para ma-solve ang isang problem. Okay? Okay, we have another example. We have the ratio of boys to girls in a math club is 4:3. After 12 more girls joined the club, the ratio became 4:5. How many members are there in the club at the start? And then how about after the 12 girls joined? So this is another example na pwede natin gamitan ng Singaporean approach. Kasi kung i-analyze mo ang problem, lamang yung boys kasi 4:3 at the start. Tapos, nung sumali yung 12 girls, naging lamang yung girls. Pero may ratio na rin na 4:5. So, ang solution, first, since block modeling tayo, so gagawa tayo ng 4:3. So, 4 para sa boys, tapos 3 ang girls. So, lamang ng isang box yung boys. And then, nung sumali daw ang 12 girls, so, naging 4:5. So, ibig sabihin, from 4 ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, dapat maging 5 parts ito. So, equal pa rin, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Ayan. So, yan na yung ratio. And then, since given na 12 girls itong sumali, so, ibig sabihin, since dalawang parts lang to, so, ibig sabihin, this is 12 divided by 2, which is, obviously, it is 6. And itong isa rin to, it is also 6. And then since pantay ito, tapos ang target natin sa Singaporean or sa block model is pag nakuha natin ng isang box, solve na kaagad ang problem. So since it is 6, then automatically 6 na rin yan each box. Ayan. So kung 6 yan, pwede na natin i-solve yung problem. First is at the start, ilan ba sila? So itong mga shaded with blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 parts. So 6 tapos times 7 parts is equal to 42. So 42 sila nung una. Tapos, nung nadagdag yung 12 girls, syempre 42 plus 12 which is 54. Or 9 parts na kasi 4 is to 5. So 1, 7, 8, and 9. So 9 times 6 which is 54. So 12 before 42 tapos naging 54. So using the Singaporean approach, mas napapadali ang ating pag-solve ng ating problem. Okay? Pero may mga questions yung iba, yung bago pa sa block modeling. So ano yung mga popularly or mga most common na mga misconception at mga questions and mga kumbaga hesitation ng mga tao kung paano gamitin ang or nagagamit ng Singaporean approach. We have first one is how to create block models. So limited lang yung skills nila kung paano ang block model. Okay? And then what are the basics in drawing block models? Yun, same related sila na question. And then is there a guarantee that it will help save me time in solving the problem or demand more time in drawing? Kasi may iba na nagsasabi na kapag gumamit na tayo ng drawing, another skill na naman ang kailangan, tas magiging mas complicated na yung problem. However, sa tingin ko, using the drawing, mas mapapacilitate kasi yung pag-solve ng problem. Kaya recommended ko tong gamitin ang block modeling. Okay? So, yan ang ituturo ko sa inyo ngayon. Okay, we have the basic concepts. We have the basic block models used. The first one is the part-whole model. Ang part-whole model, tsaka yung comparison model, ito yung basic na ginagamit sa block modeling or the Singaporean approach. Pag sinabing part-whole, this is the whole, and this is the part. Okay? So, isang buo, tapos yung isang bahagi, part-whole model. And then, comparison, so parang yung ginamit natin kanina, yung boys and girls, yan ang comparison model. Tapos yung total nila, usually given, minsan kulang din natin. And then, the concept of these two, kapag nakuha mo lang yung isang part na yun, yung bahagi na yun, masasolve mo na kaagad yung buong, yung question. Eventually. Okay? So, bibigay tayo ng example, tapos paano gamitin, step by step. Okay, we have part-whole model. Like for example, this one. Ayan, fraction. Dalas, nahihirapan ng mga estudyante nito. April ate 1/2 of the cake, while Gerald ate 1/3 of the cake. What part of the cake was eaten by April and Gerald? So, kung gagamitan mo to ng diretso kaagad sa arithmetic, alam mo na parang 1/2 plus 1/3. And then, paggamitan mo ng technique, so 1/2 plus 1/3, since unit fractions yung dalawa, so 1/2 and 1/3, so you just add 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, and then 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So 5/6 using the butterfly method. Okay? In addition and subtraction of fractions. However, may mga estudyante talaga na hindi naiintindihan masyado yung ganon. So, gagamitan natin ng Singaporean approach para ang concept is malaman nila kung paano i-solve. Okay, so this is the solution. So, first, ito yung buong cake. Ayan. Tapos, kinain yung 1/2. Kinain ni April. So, yung 1/2. And then, ang isa, 1/3. So, dito, kailangan natin itong hatiin yung to 3. Ayan. 1/3 ang kinain ng cake. Kasi sinabi, 1/3 of the cake. So, hindi 1/3 lang nang natira, kundi 1/3 talaga ng buong cake. So, yan. Hinati natin into 3 parts. And then, ito yung kinain na part ni Gerald. Kasi nga, nakita natin yan. Yan na part. Yan. So, ito yung natira. The question is, what part of the cake was eaten? So, anong part ito? Yung 1/2 tsaka 1/3. Okay, so paano natin yan masasolve? So meron tayong clue na parang ganito, yung hati na to. Ayan, so itong parts na to, equal sila dun sa mga parts na yan. Okay? Kumbaga, 2 times 3, which is the LCD, 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So ibig sabihin, there are 6 parts na lahat. And then, bibilangin na lang natin yung shaded parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 6 parts ang kinain ni na April and Gerald. This is how to use the part whole model. Okay? Okay, this time we'll discuss another example. We have Jenny ate 1/3 of the cake. Carl ate 3/5 of what was left. What part of the cake did Carl eat? So, yung given dito, yung isang buong cake, tapos may kinain si Jenny na 1/3. Tapos yung natira, kinain naman ang 3/5 nung natira ni Carl. So, ang question dito is, anong part ng buong cake yung kinain ni Carl? Okay, usually, ang sinasagot ng mga estudyante is 3/5. 3/5 kasi Carl ate 3/5 of what was left. However, itong 3/5 na to ay 3/5 to ng natira. Pero ang question is, what part of the whole cake did Carl eat? So, yan yung gagamitan natin ngayon ng model. Okay, so, we have this model. We have the whole cake. And then, kinain ng Jenny yung 1/3. And then, ito yung natira. Kukunin natin ang 3/5 ng natira. Siyempre, since kunin natin ang 3/5 niyan, 1/3 yan. Tapos, kunin natin ang 3/5. So, meron tayong 5 parts. Ayan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, 3. Shade natin yung 3. Yan yung kinain. Okay, so, kumbaga, ito yung natira. Tapos, ito yung kinain ni Carl, yung 3/5. Now, the question is, paano natin kukunin yung isang part, at least yung isang part na bahagi dito ng whole? Okay? So, meron tayong clue. Ito na part na to. Galing dito, papuntang dito. And then, i-relate natin kasi 5 and 3. Diba 5 times 3 is equal to 15. So, parang 15 yung LCD natin. Okay? In other words, pwede nating i-divide into this one. Okay? And then, ang relationship nila, kung titingnan mo, parang magkaparehas. So, kumbaga, kalahati nito, yan, ayan. Ayan yung division niya. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if we are going to count how many parts, dapat 15 yan. Subukan natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, 15 parts nga. And then, ang question, since what part of the cake was eaten by Carl? So, ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 15. So, itong bahagi na to, from here going to here, yan yung kinain ni Carl. So, it is 6 out of 15. And then, if we are going to reduce this or simplify this, 16 over 5, so 6 over 15, 6 over 15, 6 divided by, ang GCF nila is 3, pwedeng ma-divide sa 3. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2, and then 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. Ibig sabihin, 2/5 ang kinain ni Carl. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin paano naging 2/5, visualize natin, parang hatiin natin ng 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At tapos, ito yung kinain ni Carl. Ito, 1 and 2 out of 5. So, 2/5 nga. Okay? So, using the part whole model, using the Singaporean approach, mas mapapadaling masolve ang ating problem without any using multiplication, addition, or subtraction of fractions. Okay? Diretso na tayo sa drawing. Another. Ben had an amount of money from his allowance. He spent 1/2 of it for food and 3/4 of the remaining for fare, and saved the rest. If he has saved 50 pesos, how much did he have at first? So, parang working backwards ito, tapos meron pang combination ng operations of fractions. Kaya lang, hindi tayo sure kung anong operation ang gagamitin natin. Kaya, eventually, ang gagamitin natin dito is 50, tapos 50 divided by 50 times 3/4, 50 divided by 3/4, and then divided by 1/2. Parang ganyan. Kaya lang, mahirap intindihin yon kung hindi natin i-visualize using the block models. Okay, so gagamitan natin ng block models para hindi maging abstract masyado. So, ito yung pera niya at the start. Okay, tapos, ginastos niya yung 1/2. Ayan. Kinuha na tong 1/2 na to. So, nawala na. And then, yung natira, ginastos naman niya ang 3/4. So, since ito yung natira, tapos kinuha niya ang 3/4, ayan, 3/4. So, hinati natin into 4 parts, and then, ginastos naman yung 3. So, ito na lang yung natira. If he has saved 50 pesos, how much should he have at first? So, ito yung natira, at alam natin na 50 yan. Kailangan malaman natin kung ilang parts lang yan, and then makukuha na natin yung buong amount ng money niya. And then we have a clue already. Alam natin na yung 1/2 i-divide by 4 parts, so 4 parts rin to. So ibig sabihin, parang 4 na 50s dito, tapos 4 rin na 50s dito. So ibig sabihin, 8 times 50, or 50 times 8, is equal to 400. Okay? So ibig sabihin, at the start, 400 ang kanyang pera. So kung i-check natin, ginastos niya yung 1/2 sa 400, 200 na lang natira. Tapos ginastos niya ang 3/4. Ang 3/4 ng 200 ay 150. Okay? Parang 200 divided by 4 is 50 times 3. 150 yung ginastos. So 50 na lang ang natira. Tama nga ang answer. Okay? So he had 400 pesos at the start.